All right, so this is where we have Ghost, Kitty Pryde, and S99 bands. All right, so Boss Island, Null, you have Hood and Symbiote Supreme. Sorcerer Supreme, you have Archangel, probably your best bet, period. Terrax, you have Hood and Symbiote Supreme. Maw, you have Omega Red, Doom, Overseer, Arcus, Hood or Symbiote Supreme. Spot, Archangel or Fury. Spidey Supreme, you can flex Kingpin there, or you can go with Ant-Man. And then Gallon, you have Rintraw, Tigra, and Wiccan. 1 through 3 on the way out thing, you have Gallon and Void, Path 1, Anti-Venom, any debuff detox champion like Overseer or Falcon. And then for Shuri, really just play smart and use a buff immune or nullify immune. So Overseer, Gallon, maybe even Mr. Negative will still work. Path 2, Mojo, you have Ant-Man and Titania. And then for Domino, you have Omega Sentinel and Nimrod with Odin Pre-Fights. And then Path 3, Nebula or Claire for Nimrod there. And then Hulkling or Doom for Infamous Doom. 4 through 6 on the way out, long shot, you've got Overseer and Rolk. On the way in, Void, any debuff detox, Overseer will work, Falcon will work. Path 4 there, Havoc, you can use Warlock, G69, and then for spam, any debuff detox, spamming your special 1 as soon as you get it, so Overseer, Falcon will work. Path 5, Kingpin there, Omega Red or Apocalypse, and then Weapon X, Omega Sentinel or Nimrod, and then Path 6, Cersei, Rintraw, Tigra, and then for Apocalypse, Cap Sam or Nimrod. 7 through 9 on the way out, Rintraw, you could go with Archangel and Odin Pre-Fights. You can also go with Doom as well with Odin Pre-Fights. And then on the way in, Immortal Abomination, you have Overseer, Ultron, and Omega Red. Path 7, Hitmonkey, Omega Red, or Apocalypse. And then for Omega Sentinel, you've got Nebula and Gallon. And then Path 8 there, same thing. You could use Archangel with Odin Pre-Fights the whole way. You could probably even get away with Doom or Hood or Symbiote Supreme for Gore. Path 9, you can Kingpin or Thing Doom. And then for Bishop, you have Nimrod or Warlock with an Odin Shock. Looking back at section 2, 1 through 3 on the way in, Cap Sam, you can use Gallon, or you can risk it and use Hulkling and just never block anything, baiting special 1s. Quicksilver, Fury's probably your best option. Can probably even get away with Kingpin. Claire, Overseer, top option. Not sure how well any other debuff detox champs would work, such as Havoc. 1 through 3 on the way out in section 1, Mephisto. You've got Warlock and you've got Blade. Path 1, Killmonger. You could go with Omega Red or you can go with CGR. And then for Scorpion, you have Magneto and you have Fury. Path 2, and Man-Thing, you have Ant-Man and Titania. And then Wiccan, you can use an Incinerate immune, or you can stick with Ant-Man and Titania and take Dex off. Path 3 is open. 4 through 6 on the way out, Chavez, you have Doom, Mr. Negative. Path 4, Mr. Fantastic, use a debuff detox champion, preferably any of the skills, so Gwenpool or Falcon. Path 5, Hulkling, you've got Mojo, Claire, Doom, Hood, and then for Fury, you have Havoc, Omega Red, Apocalypse, or even Ultron. Path 6, Mr. Negative, anyone really, Falcon, and then any of the skill debuff detox options, obviously your top ones. 7 through 9 on the way out, you have Kingpin or maybe Falcon. Path 7, Korg, Omega Red, or Apocalypse. And then Dragon Man, you can use Apocalypse again or use Nebula. Path 8, King Groot, Hood, or Symbiote Supreme. Path 9, Valkyrie, Omega Red, Havoc. And then for Penny, you can use Hulkling or Kingpin. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so War 9, we have D69. Today I will be taking in Gallon, Void, and Falcon. I've got Path 4 in Section 1 and Path 1 in Section 2. No mini bosses this time. Void was not on 49, so we got away with not having to take that one. Path 4 here in Section 1, the only fight we have is a Mr. Fantastic. We're going to take this with Falcon. We're going to try and trigger the debuff immunity or another debuff while we have cleanse charges up. Cleanse charges up so we can get rid of the heal block and then not have to worry about insult to injury from there on. I was kind of battling back and forth whether I should lock on before doing that, and I just kind of decided I'm going to take the hits and naturally lock on if it happens. So it did there, not a big deal. Now that we're debuff immune, we can go into him, finish the combo into my block. So now we're just laying into him. Another thing I kind of battled with was whether I was going to parry heavy here. And since the debuffs were actually doing a decent job staying off, I decided to just lay into him while I was locked on. And that I would parry heavy when I'm not. So we're not locked on here. It's on cooldown. We're going to wait it out just a little bit. And as we get close to the corner, we're going to parry heavy. That gave me time to back up and lock on again. So we're good to go. Going back into Mr. Fantastic here. And it ends up being a pretty simple and straightforward fight for Falcon. So done with that one. Next fight here, Cap Sam, getting ahead of myself. We're going to take this with Gallon, Buffet. So we don't have to worry about that since Gallon is Nullify immune. Really, we're just going to build up Harvest. I am going to trigger it intentionally, and then I'm going to throw the special attack immediately. We're going to spend the entire fight baiting out Cap Sam's special 1 and nothing else. I am doing medium, light, medium here to build charges or mass faster from my own buffs. Even though Cap Sam building armor ups also speeds that process up. I could have just let it max out. Didn't feel like it. I feel like throwing a special attack. So there's the special 1 right after the heavy. Close to 50%. We could build a little bit more. I believe with the next special 1, I don't quite get enough Harvest or Planetary Mass to end Harvest to KO him. So it's going to be a couple hits after the next special 1. That will do the job. Glancing is, from time to time, preventing me from building buffs. So it's just the armor ups from Cap Sam himself that speed this process up. And the special attack buffs. And I believe the next combo is what finishes it. He's just not having it with this last special 1 here. There it is. Heavy attack does it, so. Easy fight for Gallon. Finish that. Next fight here, Anti-Venom. Gonna take this with Falcon. We are out of invulnerability boosts, so I'm going in with a combat regen just to offset some of the damage. This one always gets a bit spicy, but with a debuff detox champ, you're just trying to get rid of that first debuff on you so that you can prevent the regen from hitting a duped Anti-Venom. Unduped, you don't have to worry about it. It's just glancing. Once we get rid of that, then we don't have to worry about pushing Anti-Venom into Reinvigorate's unblockable, and then have to deal with an unblockable Anti-Venom the whole fight, which actually isn't too much of an issue. However, these large, extra large champs, they just start swinging at you like crazy when you try and bait stuff out. They either clip you or hit your block and just won't throw the special attack. So we actually get a friendly AI here, but the debuff gets back through. So now I have to go passive and start blocking indexing attacks. Now that it's gone, I can go back into him. However, locked on is done. So I'm going to sit against the wall here. We are going to take, I believe, a couple heavies from dexing too early. Get locked on. Eat that heavy. Great. He throws a special 1. Perfect. We're going to retaliate after it. Work our way off the wall. This is Falcon's last fight. I'm glad I put power backs on. This is going to get us to special 1. I'm going to block this, just not going to risk dexing, even though it doesn't have any Furies tied to it. And down goes Anti-Venom. So, a little sketch, but you can't do much since you can't place debuffs. Shuri here, haven't seen one in war. Going to take this with Gallon since it is a buffet node. I mean, we're really just taking advantage of the fact that buffet can't trigger. But also she does have an armor up. It's passive. I just don't really utilize it or have a real spot to take advantage of it. Once she gets her charges here to 10, the next heavy attack from her is going to cause her to go untouchable. And I believe I can hit her while she's at 10 and she'll gain more armor ups. The problem with that, however, is that I have to bait a heavy attack or intercept to hit her. And the heavy attack at 10 is going to cause her to go untouchable. So it's a little hard to push her past 10 unless the current combo that I'm on goes beyond the 10. So here I had originally planned to just build Harvest. And I believe for that I should have been doing medium, light, medium a bit more often instead of full combos. There I tried to end Harvest. If you're not really ready to heavy retaliate, you're not going to nail her. What you can do is back up to your own wall and then retaliate from there. So special 3 here, it's going to cause us to be unstoppable. I could easily intercept here for openings. I don't. I'm trying to bait the special 1 out. I believe the block damage starts to get a bit of a pain, or starts to be a bit of a pain pretty soon. I was tired of her never throwing a heavy. We heavy retaliate there. We end the Harvest. So pretty easy fight. She's just annoying since we can't really parry that non-contact hit. And then the last fight of the war, Void against Thing here. You guys saw me do this, I think, a couple wars ago. We're going to PS1. We're kind of going to stick to strike counter. However, we're going to throw the special 1 early because we have to manage his rock stacks while we do strike counter. Otherwise, we give him some block penetration passives. So I'm going to start with a parry heavy, that's 3 hits, then parry medium light light, that's 6 hits, and then parry medium light, that's 8 into special 1, which will put him at 10. And then I'm going to block out a heavy attack so that I can get the next set of strike counter in, which will be medium light light, bait out another heavy medium light, and then start baiting his special 1. So there we are at 10. Block bait a heavy or finish a combo, medium light light, block bait another. Didn't feel like going there, thought it would be too risky. Medium light, back up, throws it immediately, good. So he's reset on rock stacks and we haven't overdone strike counter. So I just did 1 medium light into special 1. And then now we're just back to paying attention to how many strike counter hits we have while we're paying attention to his rock stacks. So there, he was a little bit mean. Threw that special 1 right away. This puts him at 15, so now I have to hit into his block. It's going to be the best way to get him to gain power. However, another way is just to eat some attacks. So here we go. Now he's at special 1 with enough rock stacks. We're good. We're going to let it clear. No block penetration anymore. That heavy did not make me happy. Felt like I was going to get cornered. He threw special 1 immediately, so we're good. Back to strike counter. And intercept there, special 1, working our way out of the corner, back onto strike counter, paying attention to rock stacks. Next one's a medium light, bait the special 1, goes immediately, so we're good. We throw medium light light, medium light into special 1, and that will do it. So decently smooth, except for that 1 combo to the face, but that helped more than hurt. So our battle group ended up only losing 2 attack bonuses. I don't remember how many times they died. I think they died 2 times as well, but we ended up losing this war 6-7. So it was really close. I think we would have lost on time still. Not too disappointing of a loss, just more upset that our deaths went back to our average, which is about 7, after having 2 pretty good wars of 1 and 4. But Still looking pretty good. Looks like we're going to finish Masters. 3 more wars left in the season, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, give it a like. I will catch you guys at the next war.